Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in about 2 minutes, so we ask that everybody please take a minute and silence all electronic devices. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is First Sergeant Michael Dunphy. I'm the senior TAC here for the Corps of Cadets, and I will be serving as the MC for today's Cresting ceremony. At this time, would everyone please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the invocation given by Corps of Cadets Executive Officer Joseph Chavez.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and for this ceremony that brings us together to celebrate the cresting of these recruits. Thank you for allowing these new cadets the perseverance to complete the intensive training cycle of MMI. Allow their gifts and talents to aid both themselves and the Corps as they proceed in their academic career here at Marion Military. Give them the strength to continue forward when times get tough and the compassion to help their fellow cadets in times of need. We ask this in your heavenly name, amen.
Would everyone please be seated? Colonel David J. Malahan, United States Marine Corps retired, became the 16th president of Marion Military Institute on 1 August 2009. He retired on 30 June 2009 after serving as the Humanities and Social Sciences Division Director and Senior Marine at the United States Naval Academy, completing a 30-year Marine Corps career. He was commissioned in June 1979 upon graduation from Oregon State University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Nuclear Engineering Technology. In 1981, was designated a Marine Corps Naval Aviator. He has a master's degree from Marine Corps Command and Staff College, where he graduated as a distinguished graduate, and has attended Amphibious Warfare School, Joint Forces Staff College, and the Security Studies program at MIT. During his Marine Corps career, he deployed to Okinawa, Japan, Korea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Indian Ocean. He participated in contingency and combat operations in the Adriatic Sea, Persian Gulf, Liberia, Somalia, Kosovo, and Iraq. He has served as Commander, Marine Medium Helicopter Squadron 263 Reinforced with the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit aboard the USS Wasp, Deputy Chief of Staff, U.S. Joint Forces Command, Chief of Staff, 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing, and Commander, Marine Aircraft Group 26 Reinforced in Al-Assad, Iraq. His personal decorations include the Defense Superior Service Medal, Legion of Merit with Gold Star, Bronze Star Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, Air Medal with Bronze numeral 4, Navy Commendation Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Humanitarian Service Medal, 8 Sea Service Deployment Ribbons, the Marine Corps Parachutist Badge, and various other unit awards and decorations. He has over 4,100 flight hours as a Marine aviator, including over 250 combat hours. Colonel Malahan and his wife Ingrid have 2 sons, Lieutenant Commander Sean Malahan, U.S. Navy, Naval Academy Class of 2002, a P-8 Naval Flight Officer, and Kellen Malahan, Naval Academy Class of 2005, former Marine Captain and MV-22 Osprey Aviator, and now Air Operations Manager for Joby Aviation. It is my proud honor to introduce the 16th President of MMI, Colonel David J. Malahan.
All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, well, first of all, to the family and friends of our soon-to-be cadets, on behalf of all of us here at Marion Military Institute, I want to welcome you to MMI, to Marion, Alabama, and to this cresting ceremony. And thank you again for honoring our requirement for masking indoors here. We're trying our best to keep this COVID at bay for a little longer. Back in June when we were planning all these things, didn't think we'd be here again, but here we are. So thank you for honoring our requirement. To the MMI staff, especially the Commandant staff, the cadet leadership, our cadre over here, and all those who work so hard to make our intensive training cycle, ITC, a success this semester. Let me say bravo Zulu, and well done. Well done in the planning, coordination, and execution of this very important orientation event. I know it was very challenging, especially with the circumstances we're currently facing, but you all did a great job, so well done. The cresting ceremony today is the culmination of the ITC. In spirit is not unlike other ceremonies that are intended to mark the transition that brings somebody into a special fold. In the Marine Corps, for example, we have the Crucible, which is the culmination of boot camp when recruits receive their Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, the Marine Corps emblem, which is worn on their caps and various uniforms and signifies their joining the United States Marine Corps and becoming Marines. Today we have a transition from being MMI recruits to becoming MMI cadets and joining another kind of corps, the MMI Corps of Cadets, through the awarding of the Mmi Crest, which is also worn on their various caps and uniforms. And I'd like to say to each of our recruits sitting out here today, congratulations on your achievement. You've been challenged physically, mentally, emotionally. You've had to overcome homesickness, adapt to new surroundings, new living conditions, an entirely new daily routine that also includes this masking, distancing, and hand hygiene as we try to fend off the COVID-19 virus. In short, you've had to begin to adapt to your whole new life in this home away from home that you can now call your very own sweet home, Alabama. And now you're moving forward, preparing yourself for the endless possibilities that lie ahead. As you receive your crest today, you will receive something to be proud of, something to be respected, and something that you will cherish for the rest of your life. Your crest is your admission to the MMI Corps of Cadets and to a family that includes tens of thousands of highly successful military and civilian MMI alumni who have passed through the doors of this great and historic institution and have worn the very same crest. Becoming part of the Corps and the MMI experience will become in many ways a defining moment in your lives, because MMI will give you an extraordinary education, one you won't find in the first 2 years of any other civilian college or four-year university. Your MMI experience and that credential that comes with attending MMI, finishing what you started here, whether by way of a service academy appointment or an MMI degree, will not only be respected wherever you go from here, but it will open doors for you that you cannot even begin to imagine today. So this crest, this ceremony, and your joining the MMI Corps of Cadets really is a big, big deal. It is the doorway to your future, and all that you have to do is walk right through that doorway by doing your very best every single day, by doing good things every single day, by never quitting, never giving up, by finishing what you started here today. Congratulations again, and remember that together you are one, and together you will succeed. Welcome to your new family. Welcome to this link to your future. Welcome to the MMI Corps of Cadets. Thank you.
At this time, the Corps Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Gita Goldberg, will provide her comments.
Good afternoon, new cadets of the MMI Corps. Throughout the past 3 weeks, you have undergone rigorous tests and challenges that many men and women have done before you. Today is the day we all celebrate your triumph over the course of your intensive training cycle. We welcome you into the Corps enriched with tradition, enriched with our core values, truth, honor, and service. As you all take this day to look back on not only what has brought you to this point, but to look back on those who once sat in the very same spot. As the Cresting ceremony is a rite of passage that has occurred on this campus for over 100 years, it occurs again. I recall walking into the lobby of the President's Conference Room shortly after being promoted to Cadet Battalion Commander. And as I stood there waiting to have my first face-to-face encounter with Colonel Malahan, I looked upon the walls that had a long list of names. As I read closer, I realized the list was of men and women who had become generals or even admirals after graduating from MMI. With that realization, I came to a better understanding of what it means to be a cadet here at MMI, and that has been carried with me ever since. This understanding was with the uniform that I wore, the honor guard that I walked past, and the formations that I stood in the quad and formed up daily was all part of something much bigger than just a small county here in Alabama. These small, seemingly arbitrary things that are part of my everyday life here was also once part of everyday life for men and women who have gone now to make more significant impacts on communities, units, military branches, and even nations. And so one of these small arbitrary things that make up everyday life for Marion cadets is for the presence of the crest, which you will find on and in the chapel, and as well as on the uniform of every cadet here in Marion. Upon your shoulders, you will momentarily be pinned with a crest, symbolizing the recruits becoming cadets and becoming part of history. The crest with roots ever so deep and donned by the strong. The Mmi Crest was adapted over 100 years ago and is grounded in the symbols of the University of Virginia and the University of Pennsylvania. At the top are 3 flags. The American flag is centered and flanked by the Alabama state flag and the historic MMI flag. Immediately below are the eagle's wings, symbolizing protection. Gold is the color of generosity. And then there's truth, honor, and service for the MMI's core values. The upper portion of the shield has the top of the red St. Andrew's Cross, which represents Alabama's state flag, red representing military strength. Only the top of the shield is shown, as it is foundational. The ribbon is blue to signify truth and loyalty and includes the words Marion Military Institute, flanked with 4 sides on either side. The lower portion of the shield consists of 2 parts. The lamp, borrowed from the University of Virginia, representing light, life, and spirituality, and the book, borrowed from the University of Pennsylvania, representing education and manifestation. I couldn't be more honored to welcome all of you new recruits as an official member of the Corps of Cadets. Everyone has the potential to do something great, but a cadet of Marion Military Institute has the potential to do something extraordinary. So don't just be great, be extraordinary. Thank you.
At this time, if everyone would please direct your attention to the screen on the gymnasium floor, the Corps of Cadets would like to provide a brief presentation of their ITC experience during the past 3 weeks. Today's slideshow was produced by our Public Affairs Officer, Cadet Captain Emma Frank. Could we please give her one more round of applause for a great job? At this time, we will recognize select cadets who have excelled during the training cycle. The following cadets have been identified as the winners of the Ranger Recruit of the Cycle Award for the Fall 2021 ITC cycle. The competition was comprised of 3 events: pistol marksmanship, paintball assault course, and the hand grenade assault course, as well as 2 formal room inspections, 2 knowledge tests, and drill and ceremony evaluations. The male and female with the top overall scores, with all first-time goes on inspections, written tests, and evaluations for their respective program, will now be awarded a Certificate of Achievement from Colonel Malahan. As I read your name, please proceed to the stage. From our athletic department, Landon Williams and Carly Taylor. From our leadership program, and unable to attend today, he is home sick, is Christopher Bryan Jr., and our other winner is Nicole Williams. From our Service Academy program, Max Starnes, and we had a tie for our female winners, Marion Ray and Elise Biles. They all came up out of order. From our early commissioning program, Jacob Schmidt and Molly Ledbetter. The following cadets have been identified as the outstanding leaders for the Fall 2021 ITC cycle. Each will receive a Certificate of Achievement from Colonel Malahan. As I read your name, please proceed from the stage. From Alpha Company, Orion Saul. From Bravo Company, Preston Jenkins. From Charlie Company, L. Thompson. From Delta Company, Jason Smith. From Echo Company, Drake Delval. From Band, Ashley Strout. And from Headquarters, Jake Wesley and Amber Heverly. So one more round for all of our awardees today. In just a few moments, cadets will proudly receive their crests that are to be worn on the epaulets of their uniforms. However, before we begin, just a brief administrative note. We ask that all guests remain seated during the ceremony as we have approximately 180 new cadets to recognize today. However, you are welcome to take pictures where you are currently seated. At this time, Colonel Malahan, assisted by First Sergeant Andy Magnus, will award the crest. From Band Company, Florian Boulet, Georgia Brownfield, Carlos Comas Arenas, Tyler Fail, Allison Fife, Humberto Guajardo, Rodney Hunter Jr., David Ezekiel Igisomar, Cameron Cosma, Quinn Lewandowski, Madeline Lovett, Micah Norris, Ethan Shopland, Solomon Smith, Nathan White, from Alpha Company, Harley Anderson, Aaron Babineau, Kinley Bolton, Brandon Campany, Brian Cow, Robert Clarity, Jessica Cross, Seiji Gonzalez, Ryan Hayes, Destiny Heron, Duncan Hoffman, Jake Hooper, Elisha Hurst, Kendall Knotts, Alexis Lambert, Molly Ledbetter, Ian Mannings, Dale McKee, Luke Melton, Noah Mesa, John Morris, Colin Rice, Robert Sanders, Jacob Schmidt, Terrence Tannehill, Carly Taylor, Meredith Taylor, LaDarren Webb, Aaron Wildricks, Alexander Williams. From Bravo Company, Drew Bosky. Emmanuel Bazil. David Blaze. Georgina Buchanan. Christian Camacho. Colin Capel. Shem Japheth Castillo. Emma Davidson. Braden Dawson. Braden Donahue. Logan Dunaway. Cariana Eagle. Ryan Felton. Jackson Gary. Jacob King. Philip Kuznetsov. Collier LaCroix. Henry Lemley. Jakari Lovelace. Landon Lowe. Ali Matildo. Caitlin McCallion. Caitlin Munch. Robert Filial II. Aiden Porciello. Kyle Peter San Nicolas. Brady Shugart. James Stover. Carson Tilley. Juan Vasquez Cruz. Elise Viles. Andrew Williams. Dakota Williamson. Gabriel Worley. From Charlie Company, J.C. Armstrong. Isaac Arredondo. James Beal. Wesley Beal. Jack Beck. Braden Brown. Horn Brown III. Ethan Canterbury. Sean Clary. Archie Dennis. Francis Diaz. Clay Earp. Joshua Fisher. Luke Fondren. Colin Franciscowitz. Charles Gaines. Takaya Garrett. Devin Graham. Joshua Gray. Jen Hairston. Jasmine Healy. Ryan Heron. Peter Jackson. Samantha Johnson. Marcellus Jones. Jack Lewis. Jordan Long. Luca Mayberry. Fiona McGuire. Blake Martin. Courtney McGraw. Aiden Mendenhall. Carson Nione. Stephen Newcomer. Bryant Pappas Jr. Thomas Starnes. Clayton Stewart. Thomas Tringali. Sean Ward. Caleb Wester. Landon Williams. Maxwell Younger. From Delta Company, Ethan Blanton. Trevor Bush. Christopher Carson. Alston Crocker. Daniel Ellis. Jacob Fairbairn. Madeline Graham. Alyssa Hinkey. Jack Markham. Camden Matthews. Jayla McNamara. Hannah Morrison. Purian Palacios Camacho. Marion Ray. Tristan Sample. Zachary Sell. Calvin Shepler. Brennan Speaks. John Stevenson. Jordan Sturdivant. Brennan Whalen. Connor White. Nicole Williams. From Echo Company, Antonio Abrantes. Luke Anderson. Devin Bailey. Nigel Bannister. Samuel Bunch. John Campbell. Gabriel Cow. Dawn Evans. Emily Gainey. Maxwell Grogan. Jordan Hall. David Lamb. John Carlo Lee. Madison Long. Miles McLean. McKinley McCoy. Ella McLaughlin. Zachary O'Donnell. Reeves Pringle. Brandon Reed. Colin Roll. Mason Thompson. John Tunnell. Olivia Weiss. Sam Worthington. And now, Emily Gainey. Take your time. Not yet. Go ahead. Be seated. You can.
Cadets, on your feet.
Please give a round, warm applause for the newest cadets of MMI's Corps. In just a moment, we will conclude and move to the quad for the pinning ceremony and a formal pass and review, which will begin in approximately 10 minutes. In the interest of time, we ask that you proceed directly from the Ireland Center to the steps and breezeway in front of the chapel. The Corps will be forming up on the quad, and we appreciate your assistance in keeping this area clear. Once the pass and review has concluded, and upon conclusion of the retiring of the colors, all newly crested cadets will be released for the Labor Day weekend. Also, upon completion of this ceremony, we ask that everyone please remain where they are located so that the Corps of Cadets may exit the gym and prepare for the pass and review. At this time, would everyone please stand for the departure of the official party? Where's the sergeant major?